Hi, Kris. My name is T, and I am part of a paranormal group called Old Spirits Investigations. And I would be amiss if I didn't say I'm a big fan, and that's one of the things that brings me here, because your TikTok led me to your Instagram eventually led me to YouTube, which led me to the most recent video that you posted about getting scratched while on a paranormal investigation. And here's the clip that inspired this video.
When I got back to my hotel room that night, I know I didn't attempt to scratch my back at all during that period, but I was like, I almost like dislocated my shoulder trying to recreate where those scratches are, and those scratches stayed on me all night. My back was aching so bad for the next couple days, and I don't know if that had anything to do with anything. I don't know anything about this stuff. I looked it up, I couldn't really find anything, and I honestly didn't really want to. This kind of stuff like really scares me. I'm fine, and everything was fine, but I was trying to hold my shit together in that video, and I was like trying my best to try to debunk it in any way I could, and at no point anybody touched me, and the only thing I could recollect was getting like the chills up my spine when I was in that red room, and then just having sounds behind me the entire night. I don't know how that stuff works. It was scary. And Sam and Colby were super like nice throughout the night. They didn't like make me go into the red room. They asked me to very politely, and if I said no, they would have been like, cool, forget that. I don't know what made me want to do that investigation later on during the night, but I did, and I don't know. But yeah, I can't really explain the scratches, and I don't know if anybody in the comments can explain them to me, or if somebody wants to make a video about it to explain it. But yeah, I know I need to be really careful with that kind of stuff, because I do believe in this kind of stuff. I've seen too much stuff, experienced too much stuff to not. And if you don't, that's totally cool.
So when it comes to getting scratched, the prevailing theory that I've heard is that this is an entity trying to make contact with you, and it doesn't understand, or it misinterprets its own strength, and when it tries to reach out to you to basically say, hey, I'm right here, it accidentally scratches you. That's one of the theories I've heard. Now, you were in a very different kind of place. You were in a very darker place according to the lore that you had been told, and something may have been trying to hurt you, something may have been just trying to contact you. I don't know. But that was the point I wanted to make with this video, and I wanted to give you maybe a little bit of reassurance. As a paranormal investigator and as a fan, I wanted to offer you the option that it's okay if you don't have an answer for everything that happens to you in a particular location. After I had gotten into paranormal investigation with my buddy Phil, well, now I've been to Gettysburg within the past year over 7 times. And I had never been there. We never took a field trip to Gettysburg. I never visited the place. And it was at Gettysburg that I had this happen to me, and it was me and my wife. We were leaving Cemetery Ridge, and we caught this. If you are here, give us a sign. Speak with us, please.
Anyone from the Army of the Potomac? Still here?
So I can't explain what that is. I have no idea. There was nobody around us. I didn't hear anything at the time. Have I ever been scratched before? No. Have I been touched? I think so. And it was from what Phil had told me, that when you get touched, it feels like cobwebs or scratches. Where I thought I'd stepped through a spider web, there was no remnant of a spider or of a web or anything. There was just nothing there. And at the time that I got touched, we had found in the evidence review an EVP, a very ominous EVP of something whispering pain. And yeah, that kind of caught my attention. I could tell that you were shook by this. I could tell that you were trying to understand and explain what had happened to you, and you may not have an answer, which is part of what makes this paranormal. But I just wanted to get across to you that it's okay. For what it's worth, it's okay to feel that way. I am in this field. I am very deep into this. I am heavily invested, especially with the gadgets I bought, in paranormal investigation in this past year and some change. And I haven't proven that ghosts exist. Has some weird stuff happened to me in this past year and a half? Yeah, some really weird stuff has gone down. And there's stuff that has happened that I still cannot explain to this day. What you're feeling is normal, and what you're feeling is okay. And I think you're doing it the right way. You know, you're asking really hard questions and trying to debunk this fantastic thing that has happened to you. And one more thing before I close on this video, I want to give a huge shout out to Sam Colby and everybody there for this particular moment.
Going up and touching one of these flashlights next to us.
Yeah.
The red one's
So the flashlight turns on and look at the flashlight. It just turns out of nowhere.
Oh, it did. It turned on. It moved the flashlight.
Like, so perfectly.
Maybe.
Wait, what?
We were freaking out. We kept putting it back where it was and like moving around it and doing this, and it would not move. It was like, and it pointed straight at me.
And this is what I mean by you're doing it right, because you're all trying to figure out, okay, how did this flashlight move? And the fact that you couldn't debunk it, I mean, that's just, wow, that is some of the coolest stuff I've seen. And I just wanted to give a shout out that, yeah, it was kind of cool, and that's something I can't explain. And this is why I keep going back to paranormal research. So hopefully this message reaches you, and I hope that you find some peace in this, and I really hope that you get to go out and do some more investigating. And if you are ever down in the Washington, D.C. area and you want to check out, I don't know, a former insane asylum that's been turned into a boutique hotel, if you want to go to an abandoned insane asylum that was turned into a medium security prison, or if you would like to hit some of the hot spots of Gettysburg, give OSI a call. We would love to have you as a guest. So thank you for your content, and thank you for watching.